I do think that surveys are important in terms of taking the pulse of your teachers, of your parents, if it's done in the correct way and not overused. Let's face it, surveys a lot of times are overused in schools, and I think that's where they tend to get sort of the negative connotation. Or if nothing happens as a result of the surveys, I think that also leads to sort of the negative connotations behind the surveys. And once staff sees that, we did a survey on a particular piece of curriculum that no one has liked for a long time, and all of a sudden we're moving away from that curriculum. Okay, I get why they asked that question.
You can give all kinds of surveys, but then what are you going to do with the data that you get from that? So our dashboards help you compare results over time. So how have things changed? How have different audiences responded? And then it allows those stakeholders, those decision makers to really look at the data to drive, what changes they're going to make or what areas they want to celebrate. I think our dashboards just help you actually do something with the survey data that you're collecting.
What we do with the surveys is we break it down, and really you can get a pulse of, where are your primary teachers at, your K-2 teachers versus your middle school teachers. There's going to be certain things that may or may not be a priority for the middle school team, but is definitely a priority for the primary teachers. That really helps when you're looking at the surveys and having that ability to sort of slice and dice that information.
My favorite pages of our dashboard is allowing you to look at how the audience responds to two different questions. How did the teachers respond to this question? And then based on their response to that question, how did they now respond to this next question? So it allows you to compare questions to each other, but then also how did they respond in the first semester versus the second semester? And that's a lot of the data you can't get in the survey itself, is how do the responses compare by audience or over time?
I guess there's this notion of, should we build our own surveys or should we take a survey off the shelf? And to me, there's really sort of two drawbacks for districts that want to create their own surveys. The first is that, I think districts have to ask, are we asking the right questions? The second drawback is essentially time. When districts have to create their surveys, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. They're going to need input from their administrators, from their parents, from their staff, from teachers. They'll need time to build out the survey. They'll need time to build a way to sort of view the results. And we did have a district in New Jersey that got about halfway through the process of building out their own survey, and it was just getting bogged down in the process. And so they came to us and they said, hey, do you have a quick way of looking at our climate and culture for our staff and for our parents? Of course, we said yes.
I always go back to the saying of we're not just a data product, we're a data partner. Part of what we do is data discovery sessions, which is guided by a professional development specialist. And that really walks you through your data, not only how to navigate the dashboard, but identifying some of those areas, helping those leaders drill down and make those decisions and set an action plans. We walk alongside you versus just giving you a product and letting you run with it.